Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person, let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. Everybody including Will, Will. Fuck.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Gervonta Davis recently posted on X claiming that if Crawford beat Canelo, he could take him down too. He said, "I'll swing on him for real," showing full confidence and daring critics to watch him in action. Davis promised to train harder, saying he wants respect in boxing and a real shot to prove himself. He believes a win would secure his place among the sport's top fighters. After Terence Crawford's impressive victory over Canelo Alvarez, many expected praise for the historic achievement. Instead, Davis made dismissive comments, saying he could beat Crawford himself. Analysts criticized this attitude, pointing out that even if Davis didn't want to give praise, he should not show disrespect. Crawford accomplished what many thought was impossible, beating Canelo decisively, and belittling that achievement was seen as inappropriate and unfair for a fellow fighter.
Dominated a first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta Tank Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishments, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta Tank Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta Tank Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta Tank Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for the legacy.
Long before the recent controversy, Crawford had spoken openly about Gervonta Davis. He made it clear that he didn't view Davis as someone willing to take real risks against fighters stronger than him. Crawford described Davis as mostly a talker who often shied away from the toughest opponents. He even admitted that he didn't like Davis personally, signaling that any fight between them would go beyond competition and carry a personal edge.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive like when that happens? Or
Man,
is it
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him and he's in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways, nah.
Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney, also weighed in on the situation. He brushed off Davis's comments, saying there was no way Tank could match what Crawford accomplished. Haney suggested that Davis should stop calling out bigger fighters and concentrate on his own weight class. He emphasized that Davis should stay at 147 pounds instead of seeking attention by challenging champions in divisions where he doesn't belong. To Haney, Davis's remarks were simply a publicity stunt.
Gotta ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
Nah, he said it
on video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass whipped in too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Trainer Greg Hackett spoke passionately about Terence Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez, calling it one of the biggest achievements in modern boxing. He said Crawford has nothing left to prove after accomplishing something that hadn't been done in generations. Hackett pointed out that no fighter since Bob Fitzsimmons and Henry Armstrong had moved up in weight and completely dominated an opponent as respected as Canelo. What made it even more remarkable, Hackett added, was how Crawford won. It wasn't a close call or a lucky punch. It was a precise, commanding performance that left no doubt about who the better fighter was. Hackett said this victory firmly established Crawford among boxing's all-time greats and made him a legend. He added that critics should stop questioning Crawford or his legacy because his achievements speak for themselves. Hackett concluded that Crawford has answered every doubt about him and should now focus on enjoying his success. To Hackett, this win is the true definition of greatness.
Armstrong held them all at the same time. Legendary shit. He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter or one of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah.
Regardless of weight class.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was like clean. Like it was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like it looked like Canelo might, like damn, Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud find a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good. Footwork real good, you know, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo, when he would hit Bud to his hips or like on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was like, Canelo was like looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he looking at Bud like that. Like he really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was like, I'm gonna hit, all right, when I hit you on your hips, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone. You know what I mean? Along with the punishing shots.
Although Terence Crawford has made it clear that he doesn't like Gervonta Davis, he hasn't completely ruled out a fight with him. Crawford said that if Davis is serious, he should move up to 147 pounds so the match can happen on fair terms. For Crawford, taking this fight would not only shut down Davis's constant trash talk, but also give him another chance to prove he's the better fighter against a high-profile opponent. He stressed that the choice is entirely Davis's. If Tank really believes he can win, he has to step up and take the risk instead of just making bold claims online. Crawford's approach shows confidence in his own skills, welcoming the challenge while knowing he would still be heavily favored.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Ooh.
Wow,
man.
Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
DJ Ram, a well-known boxing commentator, praised Terence Crawford for his complete skill and versatility in the ring. He said Crawford isn't just talented, he's one of the rare fighters who can excel at everything at the highest level. Rom highlighted Crawford's ability to adapt to any style, whether facing a power puncher, a slick counterpuncher, or a relentless pressure fighter. What makes him special, Rom explained, is how effortlessly Crawford mixes offense and defense, constantly keeping opponents unsure of what's coming next. He described Crawford as a once-in-a-generation athlete whose mastery of distance, timing, and angles sets him apart from everyone else in boxing today. For Rom, Crawford's fights aren't just matches, they're displays of skill and strategy, where every move feels deliberate and precise. Beyond being a champion, Rom sees Crawford as a problem solver in the ring, able to break down and overcome any challenge. His consistent dominance, no matter the circumstances, has convinced Rom and many others that Crawford's legacy will remain unmatched for years.
Clearly, outboxed him like I said he would. You know, Bud is special, man. He could adapt. He can make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I consider it, he came up 3, because he only had 1 fight at one.
Yeah, 1 fight at 54.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing, because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard, he got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something to Bud. But I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. And he did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which was a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday on it. And he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. And I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his powers, let off his power shots. He has to just make that quick stop. It's real quick, like a millisecond. But that's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that punch, Bud slips to the side and catches him that way. Bah-bah. It's too late. You know what I mean, for Canelo to his planning of the feet to throw his power punches. If more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more losses. But a lot of them fear the power, like a skull.
Even after achieving something extraordinary, analysts noted that many fans and commentators were still hesitant to give Crawford full recognition. They suggested this was partly because of favoritism toward Canelo, who has long been widely admired, especially in Mexico. Meanwhile, Crawford, as an African-American fighter, has often faced unfair bias. Critics argued that the reaction to Crawford's win went beyond boxing itself, highlighting larger issues of popularity, race, and perception within the sport.
Still enough for a guy to come 2 to 3 weight divisions lower. Well, so you would be asking a guy to literally just stand there like this new slap exercise. Slap me and I slap you. That's not boxing. And that's extremely sour grapes. And my advice to you is this. Although most times people will stay on cold, there's there's exceptions to the rules where people will say, I'm not going that far. You know what I mean? Like by our administration right now that's governing the new Russia. They do a lot of illegal things on a daily. But this pedophilia, some people are saying, no, I'm jumping off the boat on this one. I'm going to go with protecting the kids. I mean, I'll go with you with a lot of stuff, but protecting the kids is kind of important to me. Should be. Right? It should be, level. So it should be, where you just you don't go a certain length, right? It should be borders. So to say, okay, I don't go past that line. And the line should be pedophilia. Or a line should be no objectivity at all in the world of boxing. You saw a great performance, and Canelo just lost. Right? This guy is just a better fighter. Right? If he can come up from that weight division and stand in the pocket most of the time, and still win. If you are saying that you don't want Canelo to be able to cut the ring off with this guy that didn't really run at all, then you're basically saying, well, listen, let's just stand and slug. And that's brawling. Right? That has nothing to do with boxing. And so people are going to jump off that. And here's something else that's going to happen to you people right now with sour grapes and are racists running around just saying ridiculousness, right? Because disappointed.
Rising star Hamza Shiraz also praised Crawford, calling him a relentless force in the ring. Shiraz said Crawford has never struggled with any opponent and always finds a way to come out on top. His comments reflected the respect younger fighters have for Crawford, seeing him as a benchmark for excellence. For Shiraz, Crawford's performance against Canelo only reinforced what he already knew. Crawford competes at a level very few can reach.
To him, so he said it about himself in the post-fight press conference yesterday. He goes, my mind wants to do it, he goes, my body can't. Doesn't mean he's totally shot. He's not totally shot. He's still a great fighter, and someone I could definitely see myself in the ring with pretty soon.
And beating?
Yeah, definitely. It would have been kind of nice for him to get the win and then me to fight him and then potentially have beaten him. But yeah, God has a different plan.
Look, it still could be Canelo. I don't know when. The plan's obviously a little bit ruined, but do you believe you'd stop Canelo Alvarez, Hamza?
Do I believe I'd stop him? I believe I've got a good chance of doing so.
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian McIntyre, shared his thoughts on what might be next for his fighter. He said Crawford is unlikely to pursue a fight with David Benavidez. Instead, McIntyre suggested that Crawford might choose to step back and take time for himself rather than chase unnecessary challenges. His comments highlighted that Crawford has earned the right to make his own choices. With nothing left to prove, he can focus on his legacy and personal goals instead of responding to critics.
If Benavidez can make 168, maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No, man. No, I ain't doing that fight.
Maybe planning on vacating the belts?
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. We just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
Honest? Absolutely.
And he don't want none.
No. So what does this performance prove about the end of sparring? You guys were largely
I told you it don't make no difference. Didn't I say it? I said that don't mean shit. I don't give a damn about that.
Yeah.
I said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
That was one of those interviews. I said that. Don't mean shit, because he's no Bud Crawford. I'm not taking nothing from innocent, Bozy, them over there, them my guys.
Legendary heavyweight Evander Holyfield also commented on Crawford's win. He called Crawford's performance outstanding, praising his timing, footwork, and ring intelligence. Holyfield said Crawford showed a level of skill that set him apart from typical champions. To him, the victory over Canelo was more than just a win, it was a display of mastery that reminded fans what great boxing looks like. Coming from a fighter of Holyfield's stature, this praise carried serious weight.
What did you think of Crawford's performance over Canelo?
It was super.
Super.
Because the thing is that when you got both of the guys are good.
Right.
I just think that when you have two guys, the smaller guy is a guy that don't have the punching power, but he has the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
Yeah.
So you were very impressed with his performance? Would you say?
Well, yeah. The point of the matter is, I knew if it came down to if somebody got knocked out, I thought Crawford would probably get knocked out.
Yeah.
But I know about boxing.
Watch the full video to the very end and enjoy every moment. If you liked it, hit the like button and share it with your friends. We want to hear from you, so leave your comments below. Your thoughts and feedback help us make better content. Stay connected with Ring Report and get ready to join the conversation in our next video. Thank you for watching and supporting our channel.